Jump at the pump, how much you'll be paying now after another gas hike. Big bonuses, the huge incentive one Southern California Police Department is offering some people to join their team. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Michelle Vias in for Robin Winston. Gas prices continue to climb across Southern California. The average price for a gallon in LA is now $6.07. That's 50 cents higher than a week ago. Industry analysts say high oil prices and local refinery issues are to blame. So when will prices drop? Well, AAA says that might happen at the end of the month when more gas arrives on the West Coast. Fingers crossed. Summer might be coming to a close, but in many ways, the biggest wildfire threat could still be to come. Tuesday night, homeowners who live along Laurel Canyon met with firefighters and first responders to talk about natural disasters like fires, floods, and mudslides. Firefighters and police explained to homeowners how they would keep everyone safe and informed if a fire starts.
We are very aware of the narrow streets and the challenges associated with getting ambulances in and out during traffic, areas of when we have these areas of occurrence.
People also got a crash course on the Incident Command System. That is a statewide system designed to prepare for and respond to natural disasters. Now let's get a check of your forecast with meteorologist Stephanie Olmo.
Hello, everyone. It certainly have been feeling like fall, and temperatures will remain cooler than average as we continue throughout the rest of this week and as we head into the weekend. However, we will notice temperatures rebound a little bit this weekend, but still cooler than average. As we check out the weather setup as we take you into the next several days, we are keeping track of a disturbance just north of us that will continue to slide its way further to the south, and that will continue to cool us off, especially as we continue into Thursday, with a chance to see some drizzle, some light rain in some areas. As we continue Friday and into the weekend, that disturbance will continue to lift its way up to the northeast. A ridge of high pressure will begin to set up across the west, and therefore temperatures will slowly rebound. But yet again, still going to be pretty cool. Here's a look at the temperature trend for Moreno Valley. You see those numbers, temperatures in the 70s through Friday, and then we begin to soar back into the 80s as we head into Saturday, Sunday. Look at this, Monday, 84 degrees. Enjoy it out there. Back to you.
For the first time in nearly a month, striking writers and studio executives are returning to the bargaining table. The writers' walkout is now stepping into 140-plus days. Hollywood insiders believe this could be a do-or-die moment to see whether production will return before the end of the year. Puck News founding partner Matthew Wellany explains there's promise as well as pressure as negotiations resume.
I'm hearing that there is a desire to make a deal on both sides, that there is a new urgency. After we came back from the holidays, Labor Day, everyone was kind of looking around saying, oh my God, this is still going on. If they don't have a deal by the end of this month, early October, we're looking at 2024 to get things back into production.
And it's a dual strike with the writers and the actors that has shut down production. If a deal can be hammered out with writers, it's still one guild down, one guild to go, with the actors waiting in the wings. Comcast, the corporation that owns our parent company, NBC Universal, is represented by the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, and some of the employees of the NBC News Group are represented by the WGA and SAG-AFTRA. The city of Santa Ana could be one step closer to letting non-citizens vote in local elections. Dozens of passionate people on all sides of the issue spoke up in front of council members on Tuesday night. Proponents say Santa Ana's large non-citizen population, including those who are undocumented, contribute to the economy and often pay taxes. Therefore, they should have a say in local affairs. But opponents argue it's unconstitutional.
This country was founded on the very basic premise of no taxation without representation, yet in the city of Santa Ana, just like many other cities across the state, we have so many residents that cannot cast their vote for their local representative that makes decisions about them.
If we start allowing non-citizens to vote, even if they are here legally, we dilute the value of being an American citizen.
A former Proposal will go before the City Council for a vote, and if approved, the issue may be on the ballot in 2024. The owner of a skate shop in the Florence-Firestone area of South LA is trying to recover more than $7,000 worth of stolen cash and equipment. Surveillance video here captured at least one person breaking into Warning skate shop along South Central Avenue this week. They got away with a haul of skateboards, boxes of gear, and even the cash register.
This is our main sort of income, and it hurts, you know, like only someone that doesn't really have a life would, you know, attempt to break into a place like this that, you know, we help out the community, we give out free boards whenever we can to our local kids. So having that happen to us completely hurt.
So far, no word on any arrests, and the owner has started a GoFundMe account to try and recover some, if not all, of the costs. Protesters blocked the southbound 101 freeway in downtown LA Tuesday night at around 11 o'clock. Traffic was a mess. You could see here about 36 protesters blocked the freeway. Some were waving Armenian flags. They want to bring attention to the ongoing conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan. By 11:30, the protesters were all back in their cars and had moved off the freeway. The LAPD has put one of its highest-ranking officers on administrative leave, and it stems from allegations that he had stalked another LAPD officer. Assistant Chief Al Labrada was sent home Tuesday. According to Chief Michael Moore, it comes after a female officer claimed that Labrada used an Apple AirTag to track her. The two were involved in a romantic relationship. Labrada's attorney told us the allegations are false. He is one of 3 assistant chiefs who report directly to Chief Michael Moore. The Pasadena Fire Department is really coming together in support of a 17-year-old girl whose passion is to be part of their team, but that dream was almost shattered after a fiery crash. America Salmaran was in the early stages of training to becoming a firefighter, but last weekend, a dune buggy that she was riding in flipped and caught fire during a family gathering in Las Vegas. Salmaran managed to pull herself out of the wreckage before it exploded. Still, more than half of her body suffered burns.
The situation that I'm currently in is very hard. Overall, I'm just trying to move forward.
America faces a very long recovery. We are rooting for her. So are so many people. Pasadena Fire has started a GoFundMe to help her family cover those medical costs. The Hemet Police Department is looking for a few good men and women to join their force. And if you're a veteran officer or deputy, the offer also welcomes a nice incentive. The city of Hemet recently approved a $60,000 hiring bonus for qualified officers who leave their current jobs and join Hemet Police. The chief says their department needs about 15 more officers, and he knows how important experience is on the force.
Well, I think right now everyone's struggling. It's really difficult to hire experienced, knowledgeable officers. It's a great community to work for. We have a lot of support from our residents. This is exciting times for us, so come on, join our team.
The incentive is one of the highest in the state, and the offer does not apply to new recruits. Well, take a look at this. A bear was seen wandering around Sierra Madre neighborhood right there on Tuesday, but Fish and Wildlife say this bear was taking a solo trip and has been seen before with a couple of other bears. You know, they all have friends. In the past few weeks, they've been frequenting the area. The bears are not tagged. Fish and Wildlife are really hoping they can tag them soon to track their movements. Students at a high school in El Monte got a visit from a nationally syndicated cartoonist. Lalo Alcaraz was a guest on a podcast hosted by Mountain View High School students. How cool is that? He talked about his career and his new goal of encouraging green transportation. NBC4's Ted Chen reports.
And the winner is Luchadora Coco! The Disney movie Coco was a big hit, but someone had to make sure it was authentic to Mexican culture. Cartoonist Lalo Alcaraz was that person. He was a consultant on Coco and a guest today on a special podcast at Mountain View High School in El Monte.
I knew that this movie was going to be such an important movie. People are going to be watching it in 100 years.
Go green by scootering. Go green by biking.
Alcaraz helped the school produce a new animated short to encourage students to take green transportation to school. He is the author of La Cucaracha, the first nationally syndicated politically themed Latino daily comic strip.
Great-great-grandfather, I want to be a musician just like you.
He told the students he took the job on Coco only after Disney promised him it would feature an all-Latino cast. He told NBC4 he was excited to be part of the podcast to show students how they can use art and media to highlight their heritage.
I'm happy being able to do art for a living. I'm surviving, I'm thriving, and I think everyone deserves that right.
Seeing another Chicano as a face of something great, I think it instills something in our students, right? It gives them the possibility of hope, a possibility that they could also do something great.
Meeting Lalo and hearing his experiences and everything that he's done with his art and accomplished, it was incredible.
We can walk to school with a friend.
The animated short is part of the El Monte Union High School District Clean Mobility in Schools pilot project with funding from the California Air Resources Board.
And I'm glad that kids can see it and not think, he's a crazy old guy, but think, wow, that's cool, and that's a message that I can use.
Ted Chen, NBC4 News.
Longtime Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak is retiring from the game show next year, but not Vanna White. She has decided to stay with Wheel of Fortune. White signed a contract extension, and she'll remain on board for at least 2 more seasons. Pat Sajak will step down next year. A new host, Ryan Seacrest, will take over. White has been a fixture on the show since 1982. When it comes to the NFL, there's nothing quite like scoring your first touchdown. Indianapolis Colts player Kylan Granson made sure to commemorate the special occasion in a way that the world would notice. Granson has played in 31 games without reaching the end zone, but that all changed on Sunday when he finally scored. Then in this hilarious photo shoot, he announced the birth of his first TD. He shared photos of his baby on Instagram for everyone to see. You can see the proud papa beaming with joy while looking down at his football. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. Thanks for watching The Rundown.